might need a new sensor. My new navigation card has arrived. Well, that was quicker than it said, so we need to put the micro SIM in the back of the Axiom 12 display. So I'll see if I can get in from this hatch up here. And it should be hopefully easier than trying to get right to the top of the electronics bay from down in the ceiling of the starboard hull. Pull the panel out, so up in there is the back of the Axiom 12. Well, hopefully with the step ladder I can get up in there and reach. Do it, I had to stand on the top thing up here, which the ladder manufacturer expressly forbids, but managed it. I'll put the hatch back in and go see if it works. In fact, I might go see if it works first. Right, well, the charts are there, but it won't display sonar chart at the moment. So this is off our place, but I've just googled it. So menu fishing chart. There it goes. Not intuitive at all. People who need to know where the depths are, and not just fishermen. So our house is about here somewhere. There's the sandbank. This is the mooring. If we find us, there we go. Now we have a lot more detail. I'll have another go with this Axiom 7. So I've disconnected everything apart from power. It's power, sonar, network. What's this one? USB. Yeah, so it's an extra USB for a remote card reader, which will be a damn useful thing to have on the Axiom 12. Well, you won't find your master because it doesn't exist. I've disconnected it. I'm going to do another factory reset, but as it's divorced from the network, it shouldn't interfere. Right, well, I've told it that it's its own data master. So settings, as it stopped beeping and behaving itself, let's just check for a software update. I have done it before, but I've changed the micro SD card. Okay, that'll take a while. Now we just want to do that, which is this one, update. Okay, we'll see what eventuates. Right, well, we've taken out the bail arm, I suppose, so we'll see if the new spring can be installed. No, it didn't work so far, so we're just modifying it. Success! That didn't work, so we'll have to charge it up, but that won't be till we're back at the dock. Then we'll see if it goes. Still trying to get the gen set to go. We presume that just means no oil pressure because it's not running. Fuses are all okay. This is the Ethernet cable that goes to the control panel at the main switchboard. Matthew just started, or tried to start again, and there was a bit of a rattle which almost sounded like the starter motor trying to do something. And here is the starter motor. Well, the old battery, as expected, did not pass a load test. So nice new one. Need to pop it back into its spot under the nav station. Well, the last battery had a date of 2019, so just to make it easier this time, I've put a date on now. I'll put the top back on, this battery strap on. I've had attempt 3 at putting the panel up. I put VHB tape, 3M, underneath the Velcro that had come off. So we'll see if that succeeds. I've got my too long for where I wanted it, expanding wardrobe rail holding it up. Right, here's its contents, and down here is the shunt. So we'll give the connections a clean. Of course, it's so easy to get to, but I have managed to undo it. Well, too soon to tell, but we're not suddenly jumping all over the place like we have done in the past, but jury's still out. Well, let's see if the fix for the ceiling has worked. It's had almost 24 hours to reach maximum bond. Let's let go. And I'm not wildly convinced this is going to hold, but we'll find out. Okay, it fell down. Might be attempt number 4. Don't really want to pull the whole thing down and replace all the Velcro. It's a very nice Friday afternoon. So, non-functioning electric outboard's off, but the dinghy sort of pulled back to make access a bit better. Right, it's in place. I did put a safety rope on just in case we dropped it. Well, here's the excessively long hose all twisted up. And we're going to see if we can take the outer bit off. And there's all the rust I was talking about, including on the engine mount. Oh, another one of those little things that weren't disclosed, and we didn't think to check or have time to. The whole hose has collapsed, it's flat, and obviously they disconnected it after eventually finding out there was a leak. Fairly obvious one from here. Okay, first problem. This is what we have. Different size. Right, well, the mixer down for off, up for on, turn to mix, and there's a trigger on the hose. Oh, that didn't take long. We'll mop it out when it's dried a bit more. Can't actually easily reach that. Be easier if the hot water cylinder wasn't there. Oh, there's the drain, and I presume expansion exit from the hot water cylinder. This will be drain from the bottom of the diesel tank. Fortunately, we now have plastic tanks, not aluminium. And it's just the side of the generator. We've got not only the fill and the vent, we have engine supply return, generator supply return, and transfer across from the port tank. And there is the tank level sensor. I'm sure I've got another one of these at home, but a useful thing. We'll pump diesel as well, but then probably you wouldn't want to pump potable water through it, but very good for emptying out little spaces. No, I don't think they'll wobble too much. No matter where I put it, it just makes it tilt further. Well, we'll see if that works. I'll actually leave them without any weight in them for a while, let the adhesive get its best bond. Nice day out there. I've still got plenty of wrap left, so I've still got the top side windows to do. That's definitely going to need someone to help hold another end because they're very long and probably have a slightly different technique. I've got to cut a long diagonal. Oh, the rail stayed up. It's quite a load on it. So there's a wet weather gear, tops and bottoms, and sea boots. There's the steering wheel, and then here's the chain down to the autopilot drive, and yep, pretty slack. Well, got to tighten, not easy, bit of a funny system. And then I dropped my phone. I went down where the cables were. Well, this is the plug for the emergency boarding ladder. Apparently had a handle once upon a time, but they're prone to being broken off by dinghies banging on the back. So I'm going to put a rope handle on, because it's no good as it is. You can't get it open without the aid of a few screwdrivers, which is not something you're likely to have with you while you're swimming. Right, well, there's the idea, and if I put a whole lot of 291 on there, that should make it waterproof. Oh, pop the covers off and take the screws out. Awful lot easier than trying to get into the back, which requires climbing all the way up that narrow hole in the electronics bay. Oh, the usual Leopard copious 291. I thought there might have been a NMEA plug in the back, but no, it's permanently wide, and it won't come out any further than that, so we're stymied at the moment. As it's not obvious where the leak is, the port aft cabin, a very small amount over heavy rain periods. I have had success with this in the past, so we'll give it a go. Much easier than trying to pull headlinings out to get bottoms of stanchions and cutting window sealant out and trying to reseal. Right, we need to put the stripper arm on the winch. So the port engine has to have power for the winch to be energised. We'll give ourselves some more chain to play with. That's the trouble. It's jams. Again. Right, capstan off. Right, well, we'll split the capstan apart. Chain goes in these recesses here. And trap for young players is upside down, so we will pull it apart and turn it over. Also, the pressure arm spring had come loose. Again, hadn't broken this time. A hell of a job to get it back into position. Also hoping it will unstick the paddle wheel, but hasn't so far. Down a wee bit on peak revs from when we launched it. That's fuel use, 9.4 litres an hour, 100% load. Deal with this hardtop, so I'm going to drill a couple of holes to drain and air it out. Yeah, this is the top, plates off, no sign of any sealant at all. So not surprising, water's got in. Right, so running butyl strips around the holes. Reinstall it. We'll go here. Already got one the same sort here. That one's on. This one has got a wobble. That will need imperial cap screw to fix that. Right, I've just finished doing basically everything in the line from the top of the black stripe. We'll do our polishing now. I decided to just box on in the short period before the sun gets actually on the hull, so started by that fender, just cutting. Got to here and need to carry on that way. Not sure how far we'll get because you can see the sun's on the edge of the dock. The blue comes off the top of the fenders and the bottom and polishes off fine. Another one over there. Well, it's too damn hot now. I've only got to do from the red rope to the stern. Maybe this evening when it cools off a bit. And AP Yorick, the autopilot, is currently steering and has been for ages. It's here, and we've got the starboard one. I think there's water in the hardtop. Put this on zip on the bottom. Well, I think I've got it set up. It's on the Wi-Fi network. I'm getting it to print a picture on glossy paper. Trying to make some sense of the storage. You know what that is. Mainstay. Food supplies, other food supplies, mostly non-alcoholic drink and snacks. And that's underneath the seat. And in the wardrobe, past the bedding boxes and bedding, I would suspect inside here we should be able to get access to the 12 volts and put a plug in underneath the desk here. Now it's humming. It's a start. I'll make sure it draws down and then worry about finding 12 volts for it, because running it through the inverter is not the most economical way. I'm trying to put up fishing rod holders for these things here. Right, they're all up and I can reach them. And I got a hydroponic unit for Christmas, so I've got some soil raised plants that I've washed most of the soil off, and we'll see if that works. And I never blasted even getting from the car, but we have mint, basil, and some lettuce. So we'll see if that works. Okay, I've got it out, got the plug in without too much water going in. Yeah, I think we can say it's a bit clogged. We can do. Here we are. It's been manning the helm beautifully. Been for a bit of a swing and a splash. Oh, another beautiful sunset. So the cousins are probably going to make the last ferry, otherwise might have to go across and pick them up. Oh, the crew is officially wet. Well, some of the crew. I'm going to join them in a minute. Oh, there's WAKAWAKA with black rocks in behind. Alright, so there we go. I think you can say we've covered a fair amount of the Bay of Islands. Oh, we've put a tack in. Mate Stuart's come to join me. I think he's enjoying himself.